A lot of times when we plan date nights, we think of them as an escape from healthy eating. But today we're going to show you how to make those special meals delicious and nutritious when you're enjoying some time at home with the one you love. Joining me is registered dietitian Maggie Mahalchuk. Now, Maggie, when we're thinking about planning that special meal for date night, it doesn't have to be over the top and heavy and full of fatty foods to be special.
So there are so many fun and nutritious options that you can make in your very own kitchen. They're flavorful, they're easy to make. You can add special touches for date night that make them feel a little bit more fancy, and you're getting really good nutrition with them.
Why is it important to stick with healthy eating even on special occasions?
Because it's going to help make you feel good. It really goes a long way for your long-term health as well. There's some fun ways that you can incorporate vegetables into a lot of these meals that normally wouldn't have veggies if you were getting it at a restaurant. Vegetables are such a wealth of nutrition. We're getting so many good vitamins and minerals, not to mention fiber. Fiber is super important because it's great for our digestion. It helps to keep us full, and most of us are not getting enough fiber.
How are we adding flavor to these meals to make them feel extra special?
Yeah, so we are adding things like capers. We are adding herbs to get a ton of flavor, and you can actually get away with adding less salt that way as well.
Why is it important that we paying attention to the salt that's added?
We know that we want to keep our sodium low. Sodium can go on to affect blood pressure and different things like that, different health conditions. So it is important, if we are cooking at home, to find other ways to flavor your dishes besides adding a bunch of salt.
Maggie has some great ideas on what to include in your healthy date night meal, starting with a nutrient-packed version of a charcuterie board.
This is just a really fun way to add more nutrition to your date night at home, because you can totally go beyond just your typical meat and cheeses. You can add veggies that you have on hand, cut up some fruits. Here I have nuts and blueberries and of course cheese and some crackers and hummus. So I'm getting a good mix of protein and fiber through these things.
Another great way to make things healthy and special is to change up your pasta dishes by adding more veggies.
It still feels really indulgent, like a restaurant dish. However, it is a little bit healthier because you are adding the different veggies in there. So that's exactly what I did here with this lemony white wine pasta with zucchini noodles and fresh tomatoes.
If you're looking for simplicity, Maggie says just use the healthy ingredients you already have and cook them on a sheet pan.
This is a no-fuss, easy meal for two. Here I've got asparagus, which is in season. I've got sweet potatoes that I roasted on here, and then I did a turmeric roasted cod.
And finally, go for natural sweetness in your date night desserts with a simple mug cake.
Combine just a few simple ingredients all into this mug. And there's a little bit of almond milk in here, a little bit of peanut butter, and just a touch of maple syrup. And then I cooked it in the microwave in that mug. There's just a little bit of maple syrup in there, and the rest is just sweetened naturally with the banana. And it tastes like cake. I think really what we can take away from today and talking about healthy meals during date night is that it doesn't have to be indulgent. It doesn't have to be all these heavy, rich sauces. There are great recipes. We can cook healthy that are good for us, and they taste great. There are many different ways that you can add flavor and fun to your meals that make them feel fancy for date night, all the while getting in some really good nutrition so you can feel good knowing that it's adding to your health.
Maggie, such great information. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. If you have a delicious and healthy date night meal you want to share with us, let us know on Instagram at Living Healthy TV. So if you like this video and want more Living Healthy, just subscribe to our channel.